Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another update for my deck of panning. This is a project that I've been doing I think for 3 years now. It's been going on for quite a while, and this project was created by Emilynmax here on YouTube. As always, I will have her link down below, as well as the collaboratory playlist with everyone else who's doing this project. So if you're new to this project, just briefly, this is basically a version of a game board that Books with Maddie created, where you use the game board to create prompts, and she uses it to pick her TBR, so to be read books, whereas in this project you use the prompts for products in the project. So I'm working on 5 products, and I'm going to go through the 5 that I've been working on, and I do actually have a few roll-ins as well. So with the game board you do actually use a deck of cards to pick your prompts using the game board. So I will do that later in the video, but before I jump into any of that, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So the first product that I have to talk about is a blush that I rolled in for cream products. And the one I decided to go with for this prompt is the LYS blush. And this is a higher standard satin matte cream blush in the shade Confident. So I had a 15 use goal on this one, and it had already been in for 2 months at the last update. This is what it looked like then, and I used it 10 times at that point. So since then, I have used it 5 additional times. So this one will be rolling out. You can see that it has been used. Obviously, I don't have pan or anything yet, but I can see like a little bit of a dip there in the center, and I can definitely see this blush that it has been used. I did really enjoy this blush in summer. It gave almost like a sun-kissed look. And yeah, it worked really, really well. I think it's also going to work quite well as an autumn blush, so I think I might pull this out again in the next coming months to play around with it a little bit more, but I'm happy that I showed it some love, and again it will be rolling out. Then another product that's been in for 3 months is the next one, which I rolled in for Reminds You of Summer, and what I decided to go with for that prompt is a bronzer, and this is the Milk bronzer. So this is the, what's it called, the bronzer stick in the shade Baked. So this one, again, like I said, has been in for 2 months. With this one, I actually put a 30 use goal rather than a 15, because I feel like I can use the same bronzer every single day, whereas the blush, I do want to switch up a little bit more. So I put a 30 use goal on this one, and as of the last update, I had used it 23 times. So I had 7 more uses to go, and I'm happy to say that I did hit that goal. I haven't marked anything, but it looks like this. I definitely seen that it's been a little bit used, but you know, I still have a lot of products left in here. I mean, if I wind this one all the way down, this is how much it has been used in it in total, since obviously it's being brand new. So yeah, I have a little bit of use on it, but I definitely have a lot of product to go. But I'm excited that I got to play around with it. It's a really nice bronzer, especially for like those really warm tone bronzy looks, because it is more warm tone leaning. However, I felt like I couldn't use it too much when I got too tan, because then it pulled almost gray on me. However, like it was good for most of summer for me, because I didn't get too tan, because we didn't have the best summer. It was just like when I was in my prime like tanness, or if I picked tan, that I felt like it wasn't the best fit. But overall, it's a really, really broad bronzer, and I'm excited to play around with this one more. So next up, we have a product that I rolled in for the, I think, Black Ace, which is Focus. And Focus basically means something that can help you reach your panning goals for the year. And one of my panning goals this year is to get £1,000 worth of makeup empties, pounds being the monetary value. Mary, she commented on my video last month saying that as an American, she thought it was like weight. And it's the same here in the UK, to be fair, we do have pounds as weight, but I do mean British pounds. So I do want to have £1,000 worth of makeup empties. So I wanted to roll in something that I could finish in this project. And what I decided to go with was my Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow makeup in the shade Fairlight. So this one, again, like I said, rolled in last month, and I do want to finish it. Since the last update, I have used it 11 times, and you can see my progress lines right here. So I hope you can see right there, that is where it was last month, and that is where it is now. So it has moved quite a bit. I definitely feel like I have maybe moved like 2/5 of the way all the way through, maybe like a third, maybe I think a bit more than that, so maybe 2/5, which is really, really exciting. It's moving quite quickly. Obviously, I only have 11 uses, because you have to use quite a bit. When I use this one, I use it normally mixed in with a different foundation that I'm panning in my Yellow Project pan, which is the Garnier BB cream in medium, which is quite deep for me. So this one mixed with it creates a really, really nice base. This one gives a little bit of glow to it and shears it out a little bit. So it's been really nice. I think originally, like the first 2 or 3 uses that I used it on its own. And it is so nice that way, but it's not my favorite. So I have been mixing it and using it more in that kind of sense. So I don't know how long this is going to take. I don't know if I'm going to use this every single day. I'm not wearing it today, for example, but it's my go-to like base for when I'm going out or to the office or something like that, because it is quite a nice base, mixing it with my Garnier foundation. So yeah, I'm not sure how long it's going to take because I don't want to like rush through it. But if it's not empty next month, it will for sure be empty the next 2 months. So I'm just going to keep working on it. But yeah, that is the Maybelline 4-in-1 Glow makeup. So the next product I rolled in last month as well with the prompt city-based product or city-inspired product, something like that. Basically something with a city in the name. And what I decided to go with was one of my NYX soft matte lip creams. I think all of these have city names. And the one that I decided to go with is the shade London, which is really fun because obviously I live in London and I love London. It's like obviously I've been living here for 4.5 years now, and I used to live here like 10 years ago. I love the city. And I also love this lip product. So this is more of a kind of nude shade. It's like more of a beigey brownie leading nude with a little bit of like rosiness to it, but it's mainly like a brownie kind of nude, I would say. It is really nice. It's not my favorite nude anymore, but I have used this one so much, especially in the past. And I wanted to show it some more love, so I actually pulled this one in for 50 use goal, and I count uses as every time I reapply, that's another use. So obviously, if I wear this one like going out, if I apply it when I leave, and then like maybe after dinner, and then one more time in the evening, something like that, that's 3 uses. So that's how I calculate my uses. But like I said, this one rolled in last month for 50 uses, and so far I have used this one 26 times. So I'm more than halfway through my goal, just about, which is really exciting. And I do think I can have this one finished next month. It's a really easy color for me to reach for. It goes with almost every look that I create. And it's a go-to lip product for me, for example, when I go out for dinner, because it is something that I don't have to worry about reapplying, since it is quite a natural shade. So this one will be staying in, and I do have 24 more uses on it before I can roll it out, which again, I think I should be able to hit next month. Then for the last prompt that I've been working on, also rolled in last month, and that was the prompt this time last year, and basically focusing on something that you brought into your collection and this time last year. So I rolled this one in August, and a palette that I received, or like a product I received in August last year, one order I received, the only thing I think I got or purchased that arrived in August last year was my Sydney Grace order from the Christmas in July sale. So I decided to go with a palette from that order, and what I decided to roll in was my California Coast palette, and I wanted to roll this one in No Pan Left Behind style. So this one, I hadn't used it all this year, which, you know, isn't great, but it is more of a cool tone kind of look. I'm actually wearing a few of the shades on my eyes today, although I do have like my matte is from a different palette, and then the blue kind of iridescent topper is a single that I've topped on top of it, but otherwise the shimmers in my look today is from this palette. So I'm happy to say that I have actually reached for this palette, No Pan Left Behind. Today, like I said, I am wearing the shimmers, or some of the shimmers. I am wearing, I think, this one, and this one. Those 2 here I'm wearing today. So 3 in this look today. I wore this one in a different look at a different time. And then all of the mattes in this palette I actually used together in one look, which is the one that I wore in my product I Might Get an Update, which went up a couple days ago. I created like wing shape with those mattes, and then I like put on some iridescent shades in the, okay, like different shimmer shades on like the cutout part. Really lovely look. I love that one. It was one of my favorite looks I've created in a while. And again, most of the mattes came from this palette. So I have actually reached No Pan Left Behind on this one, which is really exciting. It's not too difficult to do, but I'm trying to reach for all my eyeshadows this year. So rolling something in with a prompt of No Pan Left Behind is really helpful for me. And again, this one will be rolling out since I have reached my goal on it. So I will be rolling in 3 new products in this project. So again, the only 2 products that will be staying in is the Maybelline kind of foundation, primer, whatever you want to call it, and the NYX lip cream in London. So those 2 will be staying in. And let me get my deck of cards out so we can roll in some new products. So I do have my deck of cards here. I've shuffled them, but I'm going to cut the deck one more time, and then we're going to go ahead and pick my prompts. So I'm just going to do like last time. I'm going to pick 3 cards, and then I'm going to look up what they are afterwards and pick the prompts, or pick the products rather. So let me go ahead and pick the first card, which is going to be, what's that? Jack of Spades. So that's going to be the first one, a black jack. Let's see what the second prompt is going to be. We have 3 of Spades right there. I think, yeah. And then the last card is going to be 9 of Diamonds. So let me go and look what those 3 prompts are, and I will pick out some products, and then I will be right back to share with you what I've chosen. So I picked out 2 of the 3 prompts. However, the Jack is actually random letter generator, which means that I will have to randomize a letter before I can pick up my prompt. So I have put up a random letter generator right here. The end use came out like by itself, so I'm going to go ahead and generate a letter, and we'll see what I get. And we got B. Okay, so I'll pick out something for B, and then I will be back again. So I'm back, and that took me an alarmingly long time to figure something out for B. I could have easily gone for an eyeshadow, but I didn't want to pick that because I'm working on way too many eyeshadows, so I want to go for something different. But let's start with that prompt, which was the Jack of Spades, which was a random letter generator, and I rolled B, as you can see. So what I say I go with for B is maybe not the most autumnal suited product, but it is something that for sure starts with B, and it's something that I feel like I'm comfortable working with. And that is the Natasha Denona Bloom Blush. This is like corally kind of blush with a gold sheen, as you can see right there. It's a beautiful product, and I actually haven't reached for it too much, so I want to play around with it more. And I decided to roll this one in with a 15 use gold again, similar to I did with the blush that I just rolled out. I don't want it pan or anything, it's going to be too intense because I'm also trying to finish 2 blushes this year. But yeah, 15 uses on this one, and then I can roll it out. So that's going to be the first product rolling in. So the next prompt that I rolled in was the 3 of Spades, which was the prompt liquid. And what I decided to go with that was the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Light Sand, which is a liquid concealer. I'm actually not working on any concealers at the moment, so this one is going to be good to roll in. And my goal with this one will be to finish it, so it's going to be more of a long-term goal. I'm hoping to get it done this year, so you can see it roll out by the end of the year. But yeah, this one is the one that I do want to finish anyway this year. And I do have a little bit of windowing showing when I move the wand around, but there's still quite a lot of product in here. In total, this is how many mils? This is 6 mils. But I will be working it for a little bit on and off, so I don't know how much is left in here, but I'm gonna work on it and again hopefully finish it. Then for the last prompt that I rolled in was 9 of Diamonds, which was the prompt Matches Eyes. And if you can look at my eyes, I'm gonna get real close and personal now. I have this kind of like greenish, bluish, grayish kind of color to my eyes, and they can look very blue in certain lightings and very green in other lightings. I think maybe with this eye look it might look a little bit more blue, I don't know, it's always hard to tell. But yeah, they are kind of, I think they're technically like a green, but sometimes they look really blue, sometimes they look really green. So what I decided to go with for that is obviously an eyeshadow, and the eyeshadow I decided to go with is the shade Wall of Ivy right here. So I don't know if you can see, maybe I don't know if they match a little bit, but this one here is like, it has more of a green shift straight on, but then I don't know if you can see, maybe let me swatch it out and I can see if I can show you. So there you have, and you can see that green right there. It does have a little bit of a brown base, which, you know, obviously I don't have much brown in my eyes, but this is mainly for the blue shift. So sometimes if I put it back here, I think you can see there, it goes from a green to a blue. I don't know if you can pick that up. I think you might be able to, but yeah, it goes from like a green to blue. It does have a little bit of purple in it too, but mainly green to blue. And it does also have like a little bit of grayness to it of an angle, which I feel like my eyes have at some points too. So that is my eyes, and this is the color that I decided to match my eyes to, which I think is a really good match. Especially like the way I'm looking at it is more kind of slightly more blue than the way it's looking straight on in the ring light. But I think it matches my eyes pretty well. So I decided to roll that one in, and with this eyeshadow I am just going to put a 10 use gold. There's no way I'm going to hit pan on my clear eyeshadows. This one is quite a new one as well, so I'm just going to put a 10 uses gold.
I am working a lot of eyeshadows too, so normally I put in like a 15 use goal in products like this, but I decided to use go with 10 right now because again I'm panning way too many eyeshadows, and if I could pick something different I would, but it's not like I can pull in like a blush or anything in this color, and not like a lip product either, so it was an eyeshadow that I had to go with. But that was the last product I'm rolling in, so this is also going to be the wrap up of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know how you're doing in your projects down below. If you're doing this project as well, let me know how you're doing. And as always, make sure to check out Emily. I love watching her videos, so make sure to check her out via the link down below, as well as, like I said, the collaboratory playlist. And I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys!